Hello? Give me a second. Hi, Ross. Hi, Ross Lynch, actor fan. Going to send the notice letting people know that I'm on. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Hello? I have not had a chance. I haven't ate all day. Welcome to the jungle. That's how I feel like. Okay. I am a little bit frantic. And we'll talk about, I have a life update for y'all. Not one I really want to give you, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have no idea. It should have. What is that mess? Oh well. Okay. I will be right back. Sorry. I had to grab something off the printer. Wow, I expected more people. Although, yeah, no, well, I have food because I haven't had food pretty much all day. And I know people complain when I do this, but oh the well. So potentially Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I don't know how long. I have jury duty, or I might have jury duty. So, for those of you who aren't in America, we in the United States have a duty to serve on the jury of a trial. We never know exactly what that trial is going to be until we go in to find out if we're going to be accepted. So yeah, I'm waiting till Wednesday to find out if I'm going to go on trial or not. And even that's not a guarantee. But yeah. So today, I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. Did I not? I didn't. Yeah. Oh, Joy's right. Well, the first time I went, they didn't call me in. The second time, I don't know what happened, but I ended up not having to serve. So I'm hoping I don't have to serve this time. Okay, so I don't normally do this. Usually, I need to find a better way of doing my exhibit focuses, because these two are really short. Yeah. So the zoo that we're going to be taking our first exhibit from, I believe, is in the UK. And I'm going to mispronounce it. It's the New Koi Zoo. I will type it in the chat, I think. It is the so this zoo covers 13 acres and is home to 130 species. It opened for the first time and only time in 1969. In 2016, it opened a new exhibit called the Gems of the Jungle, which highlights species from Southeast Asia. It is a walk-through aviary. Now, I couldn't find where it talked about what's planted inside of it. It doesn't talk about dimensions or anything. And I don't even have a complete listing of species. I picked the worst times to eat. So I saw a picture of the outside of the exhibit, and let me tell you, there isn't a lot to the outside. There's a nameplate on it. There's not much there, to be honest. But it is home to Javan green magpies, blue-crowned laughing thrushes, Luzon bleeding heart doves, pink-headed fruit doves, superb fruit doves, Victoria crowned pigeons, and probably more. The birds are provided with perching areas. There are trees, herbs, shrubs, smaller plants to allow the birds to get away from people, nesting boxes, as well as nest up in places around it. So that's basically about it. I don't know much else about it, unfortunately. Yes, it is. Like I said, I'm not sure on all of the species that are in there. I do know that the birds that they do have are actually really pretty. So if you ever go there, keep your eyes out all around you. Next up, we are going to Oklahoma City here in the United States. In the state of Oklahoma. And we will be looking at Sanctuary Asia. Now, I do have a little bit more information about this exhibit. A little bit more. So this exhibit cost $22 million in American money. With the opening of this expansion, the zoo added 6.6 acres of exhibit space for a total of 14.5 acres. Now, it is home to Asian elephants, Indian rhinos, Komodo dragons, red pandas, Francois langurs, which is a monkey, raccoon dogs, cassowaries, tufted deer. Not sure if the deer are still there. The Asian elephants and the Indian rhinos can be rotated through various yards. The space for the elephants and the rhinos covers 9.5 acres. The elephant pavilion was there first, and it was built in 2010. There are at least 8 elephants on exhibit, at least 8. You can view them from multiple different areas, including from up above. The tortoise is either a Burmese star tortoise or it is a Burmese black mountain tortoise. I heard both. I'm not sure which one it is. For $10, you can also go and feed the Indian rhinos. Fun fact, the zoo has bred 20 red panda cubs. I don't think there's ostrich in the Oklahoma City Zoo for the Sanctuary Asia, but it is a good animal. Guys, I'm going to be bad and have some more food. It's ramen or ramen noodles. You guys can sue me for eating. Not really, don't sue me. But I haven't had breakfast yet. And it's already after 1 o'clock. So that's something I'm not used to seeing. I have never seen where the public gets to feed the rhinos. I've heard of giraffe feedings, but never rhino feedings. That's interesting. So that's what I have for today. I might switch it up for this evening. Hopefully we don't get any more bad weather because don't need it anymore. We actually had, I don't know if I told you guys this. Hi, Jennifer Bowles. I hope I pronounced your name right. We actually had a dust storm warning. So, how is everybody? Any questions? Wow. For a Saturday? This place is dead. Sorry, this place is quiet. Yeah, they're called the Burmese tortoises are either one or two species. Anyone there? You mean at my house? Burmese star tortoise or the Burmese black mountain tortoise? I'm not sure which one, but in the chat, there's at least two people. Hey, make me cool. Ellie was downstairs with my brother, I guess. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. And I'm not bringing her up here, sorry. As fun as that would be, not while I'm eating. Because she likes to beg. Mm-hmm. My brother is downstairs. Really? Um, yes. My pets. They didn't beg. Absolutely never. You said, is there a pet that doesn't beg? You didn't specify what pet. Um, check your videos. Hi, Konar Kondon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Yes, I am eating because I haven't had breakfast. Are your videos set for comments? Okay, if you are, that could be, I think they do, if you are a child, and by child I mean if you're under 13, they do restrict comments. Like even if I made a child's video for kids, YouTube automatically shuts off comments on it. It's to protect the kids. Just craziness with the weather in my area, or in my region, I should say. To those of you expecting to have a discussion about zoos, I remember back in 2019 or 2020 when a whole bunch of channels got took down by YouTube because of COPA. What car have I got? I don't have a car. I don't drive. I mean, I might have a Matchbox car. I have family that has cars. Or I walk. I don't mind answering questions as long as they're not too personal. I don't even want to think about it. Well, I think after this, I'm going to let my phone charge. And then I got to figure out something to do with my exhibit focus lives because this one really stank. If it doesn't rain, I'm probably going to go out also and pick up sticks and branches and twigs out of the backyard. Yesterday we had a dust storm move through the area. I am not complaining about this year whatsoever. The channel is growing. Tomorrow I have church. I'm going to teach a lesson. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to color or something. Hey, I love y'all want to see what I'm working on? Yes, I did. I did get my lesson done. That is what I'm working on. Just so you can see how very, very detailed. Some people don't like those. It's a book. It's called, what is this called? The Lost, excuse me. The Lost Ocean. Now, if you can believe it, the TV hasn't been on. My PlayStation hasn't been on. I don't really like this particular book. But that's the one that I did earlier this week. Simpsons Hit and Run. Is that, what system is that on? Thank you, Make Me Cool. Awesome. I have a PS4 and a rarely used Xbox 360. Um, everybody from. I know where Ross Lynch actor fan is from, and I know where Carry Me Through is from. You don't have to give me your city, just your country or state. But I'm curious. None of the games that I play, are like I have a standing rule. I don't play any games like that require online, or I don't play like with other people. This is the only time that I like interact with people that I don't know. Nope. Can't do it. Won't do it. I really don't play on my Xbox. To be honest, I usually just play on my PlayStation. No, I don't do sports. I don't even play like sports themed games. Um, I used to play a lot of Assassin's Creed. So I have quite a few of those games for the Xbox. I have Prototype. Hi. Um R Romero. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the rest of your name. I apologize for that. And yes, for those of you that are just coming in, I am eating because I haven't had breakfast yet. I do not. And if you're coming in and wondering why we're not talking about a zoo exhibit, it's because I've already done it, so now we're just talking. Carry me through. Can you, without tearing up too much, can you talk a little bit about the situation in Spain? I think it's Spain with the dolphins and the killer whale. Yeah. Is it France? I thought it was Spain. Okay. Can you talk? You know a little bit more about it than I do. Here's your chance to talk about it a little bit more. The next live will be tonight at 6 p.m. my time, and then Tuesday at 1 p.m. Um, the next live. Oh, excuse me. Um, I am not. I don't know how to help them other than to suggest contacting people in power to reach out. The next live on Tuesday at 1 p.m., we're going to be talking about the grass snake from Europe. And then we'll also be doing garter snakes in general at 7 p.m. Friday, we have a zoo to do. However, super important, I might have jury duty on Friday, possibly Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I will not bounce, or I won't push back any lives. So depending upon when I get back and when I'm able to actually go live, it might just be a Tuesday night live. In which case, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I know we're doing Fort Worth Zoo, but I don't know what the 7 p.m. live is going to be. And then we're going to do Learn to Care Basking Shark and Learn to Care Oceanic White-Tip Shark on the 24th. So that'll be Saturday. It'll be 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. So typically, Condon, and anybody else that's still in here, I go live Tuesdays and Fridays from 1 p.m. and then 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I go live Saturdays at 1 p.m. and then again at 6 p.m. Apparently, Here it is. I don't even know. It is 64 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Or it is 18 here in my city. 18 degrees Celsius. And it is gray and cloudy. The past 2 days, it has been over. Our high temp has been over 85 degrees. Yesterday, it made it to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. May 15th, it made it to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The average is 61. And then the maximum temperature yesterday was 88. The average is 77. And the thing about climate change, the thing with climate change that I think a lot of people will tell you, oh, it's not real. It's because that's what they're being told. And people soak it up. People don't realize that mankind as a whole has done things to make climate change a very real thing. By the way, thank you, Carry Me Through, for bringing up the plight of the whales and the dolphins. It's really sad. I don't play Minecraft. I did, but I don't now. So the company that supplies power in my area are saying that there's at least 14,500 customers that still don't have power. So that's kind of scary with as hot as it's been. So hopefully we don't have any more bad weather. Apparently that Marineland Antibes, France, they closed their door because of legislation that was introduced in 2021, which banned performances featuring dolphins and whales. I don't know. The other bigger problem is, how do you keep your food frozen? Because it was hot yesterday, part of the day. So I don't know. No, I didn't mean to do that. Hopefully they have a gas stove that doesn't have an electric lighter. I was wondering what happened. Yeah, there's I don't think, Carry Me Through, did you lose power at all yesterday? We did the day before. We lost power overnight. I was just telling that there's something like 14,500 customers that still do not have power. There are outages in 3 communities in my area. Which is crazy. So anyway, that's what is going on. That's true. Uh-oh. Yeah, I totally forgot about music. I went to click on something on Facebook and it ended up playing a reel with stupid music on it. So now I'm probably gonna get a copyright. Maybe. That was not my intention. So videos will be back next week, I think. I didn't realize I would have to be doing jury duty. So that may put that may hinder things. I don't have an answer for that, Ross Lynch actor fan. I really don't. I'm assuming some form of AI, but I could be wrong. No, it's an app. Yeah, Ross Lynch actor fan. You mean how do they pick out a song that's playing in the background? They analyze the audio stream and match it to a database of musical fingerprints. This process involves capturing a short audio sample, converting it into a unique audio fingerprint, and then comparing that fingerprint to a vast database of known songs. Hi, Gaslin Boy. Thank you, Croesus. What is FNAF Junior's profile picture? Actually, that's not what I wanted. Oh. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I've heard. I'm familiar with it. Croesus. Ross Lynch actor fine is a nice guy. No. We're not sending anybody anywhere. We're not sending anybody anywhere. Yes, there is one up on the shelf, I believe. Actually, that's a mastodon. But there is also a mammoth. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know what IRS is. Oh, yeah, I pay my taxes. Well, when I was working, I paid my taxes. No, you can't pay taxes when you're not working. A lizard and a human. Favorite Ice Age animal? Um, are terror birds considered Ice Age animals? I don't know. No, they're the Similodons. Saber-toothed cats. My favorite animal. I gotta look up. Is Paraceratherium. Gaslin boy. It's Um, is that Oblivion? Skyrim, Oblivion? Yeah, I played those. Not very well. The Paraceratherium was 18 feet at the shoulder. Cool beans make me cool. A giant ground sloth could reach 3.5 meters and weigh up to 4 tons. Nope, no tattoos, sorry. That's not my I didn't say that. I just don't have one. In my case, I don't like needles. Well, I mean, the needle does penetrate. I don't know. I think if you want to get a tattoo, we have we have free agency. And nobody has the right to tell you um that you can or can't get a tattoo as long as you're old enough. Well, he's definitely old enough. He's an adult. I would be kind of nervous about getting anything on my neck, but I do think it would be cool. Especially like somebody like me that is already a little bit like on the weird side. I'd be the person that would exploit that. I would be like, "Hey, look what happened to me overnight." Man, my house is like quiet. People would take one look at you and go, I saw a video online that was talking about the Catholic Church covering up vampires. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the outcry if somebody found out that If somebody could prove that the church really did, well, that the Catholic Church did, and we've been lied to this whole time. Oh, I know the game. I've never played it. But I know of the game. Heck, I've heard they have angels locked up down there. So who knows? Hey, it's not my imagination. Well, the thing with the whole vampires or werewolves being real is, um, it's a legit sickness. The thing is how do you know? Like where do you But you know what though, Ross Lynch, actor fan? There's something to be said for shapeshifters. A lot of cultures believed. Yes, he was. A lot of cultures have shapeshifters. But a lot of cultures also have vampires. Almost almost every ancient civilization has their own shapeshifter, and their own werewolf. The Greeks, the Romans, Romanians, Hungary, the Aztecs had theirs, the Mayan had theirs, the French or the Creole have the Rougarou. I think it just depends on where you're from. And let me tell you something, I am staying so far away from that belief. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. I didn't believe in the dead internet theory, but I kind of do now. Ross Lynch, I sometimes agree with you. I mean, look at my channel sometimes. There's times my live will start off with like 20 people, 15 people, and in the span of 3 minutes, it's down to 4. They say if you have Yeah, I look at my subscriber list and I'm thinking buy Blue Flames. All you have to do is look at my subscriber list and you pretty quickly realize that something's got to be up, because you would think with all of these supposed people that are on my list that some of those people would chit chat, but they don't. So should I do this one, which I really don't want to do, or this one? I think I'm gonna do the sharks. Yeah, I miss. I honestly miss the bots, or the not the bots, but the chat rooms on AOL. Yeah, not on AOL. I never understood Omegle, or how you pronounce it. It's just creepy. Yep. I I never understood the concept of that app or website, whatever it was. But then there's copycats out there, Ross Lynch. I I don't. I don't think chats are bad, but I think they need moderators. Okay, so imagine getting on your phone, carry me through, and being able to scroll through and talk to strangers like we are now. Um, but um you could go from talking to somebody really nice to seeing, how do I put it, to seeing a birthday suit, if you catch my drift. In the blink of an eye. And yes, I do mean birthday suits. And not only a birthday suit, but you could be looking at somebody doing stuff. It was pretty gross. That is true. Um, Not necessarily. The problem is we do not police ourselves. That would be nice. See, I don't believe that you can effectively I think the more that we push to get rid of something, the more it just goes underground. And I think the minute it goes underground, it becomes more dangerous. true. What is that saying about the Hydra? Or the saying for Hydra in yeah. There's I follow trends on the internet because that's part of being a they do. Or they also find ways to skirt the rules. No, and I refuse to leave. I'm not going to be chased off. I'm contemplating getting on OnlyFriends and selling stories. Not the ones that I have on Facebook or Amazon. But maybe I yes. Another thing that, and this may be unpopular, but you have to be a certain age to be on some of these apps. And I guarantee you that some of the people that are on Instagram, everything is on YouTube. But the fact, see, here's the problem. A lot of, and I think um I'm going to go to the site, but I'm not going to go in the site. In Indiana, in order to get onto one site that I'm aware of, not because I've been there, but because of being on the internet and watching trends, there is one adult site that absolutely 100%, if you do not have your ID, you're not going to get in. And so a lot of people see it as, well, yes, that's true. But at the same time, my question is, why do we not we do stuff to protect kids, and we have protections in place. TikTok requires you to be, I think, at least 13. So why do I see why do we not see why do we have people under 13 popping up on TikTok when they shouldn't be there? Or boys, for that matter. There's no reason for it. Other than parents who aren't monitoring their kids. Sorry, not sorry. If I mean, here on YouTube, I I can tell you on my other channel, but in all fairness, that's just not guys. Everybody jumps on guys for being predators, but it's not just guys. Guys might get guys I think are more apt to. But I've seen a fair share of female teachers who end up being arrested because they've decided to play the hoochie goochie when they should be paying attention to the lesson. There's I again carry me through. I would say it's probably 50-50. What I think is sad what I think is sad is I joined a YouTube group or a Facebook group on DC, I think it was DC superheroes. Half of the post in the group was corn. And I'm not going to explain that if you don't know what I'm talking about. That's Not my issue. Yep. So I left. I even offered to the administrator of that group to be a mod, and I never heard from him. So I left. I flat out left. I can honestly say though, if you are in my lives, and we all know how dicey lives can be, but if you go to my other channel on Thursday nights, I don't have trolls. I really don't. And I really believe that part of it's because when I set that one up, I didn't set it up so that kids could come in. But even then, but even then, kids can't come in. Teenagers, if you identify yourself on AOL as a kid, you're not coming into that channel. And personally, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with some of the kids that we have coming into the channel. That's okay. We're talking. I don't know. Right offhand, I would imagine there's probably, well, you won't be able to post it. Yeah. No, you can't post links, Ross Lynch. I did that to protect the channel. For much of the reasons that we discussed today. Okay, guys, I need to go. If for no other reason than to work on tonight's live. Bye-bye.